Hello, boys and girls. Thank you guys so much for coming to Reading Time with the Queens today. And we are going to be doing a special Black History Month program. And I am leading. I have been trusted by Miss Callie to take you on a great journey today. So we first want to thank the Discovery Dance School and the NAACP for their donations of the crayons that we have today with crafts. And we also want to thank Ms. Kamaya for her amazing art with our craft corner as well. That's based on the books that we're reading today. And we also want to thank the Glen Allen Project. And if you guys want to visit the table after we're done here, to visit them and see if you guys can find some great books and anything else that you need that they have. So, normally we do have Mr. Zay with us, and Mr. Zay is not present here today. And as a hearing person, I personally don't find it appropriate for me to teach sign language, so we are not going to be learning signs today. But we did want to talk about some diversity in sign language and make you guys knowledgeable of not just ASL, but there's also something called BASL, which stands for Black American Sign Language. And it is how Black Americans got access to sign language because they weren't always able to have access to American Sign Language. And so they created their own, and it's a beautiful language. And so if you would like to read more about that, we have some information on the Facebook page and the website about a wonderful book that Miss Callie read that gave her some information about that. I would like to welcome Mr. Cal Shackman today to be my accompanist on ukulele. And we are gonna start with the Reading Time theme song. It's my favorite song. So, if you know it, sing along. Okay. Take a stand, take a scene, it's reading time with the Queens. I know you've been hoping for reading time with the Queens. The library's open for reading time with the Queens. There's lots to know about the world today, so open a book, let's make our way. There's crafts to be making at reading time with the Queens. There's songs to be singing at reading time with the Queens. Today we'll learn that we each are a star. We'll spread kindness wherever we are. It's so much fun, but it's not a dream. It's reading time with the Queens. Thank you. So, to start out our program, I am going to welcome an honored guest. His name is Mr. Andre. Can you guys say, hey, Mr. Andre?
Hey, Mr. Andre.
And Mr. Andre is going to be introducing us to a wonderful new book.
Hello everyone,
Hi.
I'm Mr. Andre. Today I will be reading for you guys We March by Sean W. Evans. It's a book about the civil rights movements and how we used to march for our rights as people. Let's get in. The morning is quiet. The sun rises. And we prepare to march. We pray for strength. We work together. We come from all over to march. We follow our leaders. We walk together. We sing. We are hot and tired, but we are filled with hope. We lean on each other. as we march to justice. To freedom. To our dreams. The end.
Thank you, Mr. Andre. You said something earlier. You were talking about how we march to our for our rights. Do you think that we can still march today?
Absolutely.
There was also a powerful march earlier this week, and marching is really a powerful way for us to show our togetherness as a community and to stand up for our rights and to say that we band together. Thank you for reading that. It's always important. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Always. So, I would like to welcome back Mr. Cal Shackman. And Mr. Cal Shackman and I are going to sing a song written by the amazing Nina Simone. No, lies. Covered by the amazing Nina Simone. I didn't. And the words to this song are also in your coloring books if you'd like to follow along.
Hello everybody, it's me, Ms. Barb. Welcome to Craft Corner this month. And look who we have, Miss Kamaya, our friend Miss Kamaya.
Hi kids! Hi,
Welcome,
everybody.
welcome. Well, this month we are celebrating the Black History Month. And to commemorate that, we have created, or actually Miss Kamaya here created this, it's this, which turns into this. It's our Black History coloring book. And Miss Kamaya did all of the illustrations that are in our book. There are our book project this month. And we're gonna go ahead and let you talk about your illustrations that you did.
Okay, awesome. Well, the very start of the book here is you're gonna see Martin Luther King giving a speech at the Washington Monument, and basically I was very inspired by the two books that the program read today, which was We March. Specifically, that really touched me because I've actually been to Washington DC before,
Yeah.
and I've stood on the actual steps that he stood himself, and it was like even just standing there many years later, you can feel
Yeah.
the power from that
Yeah,
speech.
I've been there too. There's like a plaque on the stairs that said, "This is where the famous Martin Luther King Jr. stood." Yes.
Yeah, and to see like the whole arena, like around the whole pond and everything, it's like full to like the whole lawns, everything from street to street.
It's just like you've seen it in the movies, in the pictures. It's just a beautiful, vast space. Yes.
Yeah, no, and that was my first inspiration, is from that and the journey that the little boy and his father took to gather everybody to make posters and to be a part of that celebration. And just that's kind of what you see kind of going into further, just like the little signs that they would make about real issues that they were facing around that time, because unfortunately people of color were not allowed to vote and stuff like that, so that's what they were, amongst other things, is what they were fighting for.
Right.
And our main leader, of course, Martin Luther King Jr., just celebrated his birthday last month. And yeah, no, I love this man. I've seen so many movies, read so many books about him. And then getting into the second book that you guys read, The Year That We Learned to Fly, I really love that book. I love that there's a lot more inclusion in young Black girls and boys who are just need to feel seen, because I feel like even when I was young, I didn't see a lot of books with kids and even adults that looked like me. And so whenever I did, I would gravitate towards them, right? So I thought that that was a really cool book, and it's just a nice message that no matter what, any minority, wherever you come from, it's good to know that you have the strength to become outside of yourself and better than your own version of yourself. I thought that this was really cool because there's half of a butterfly and then half of flowers growing out of it. So not only is it the butterfly and the person growing, but you know, just because you have your butterfly wings doesn't mean that you can't continue to grow, if that makes sense.
It's a beautiful, beautiful book.
And that's kind of where I wanted to go with that. And I started with the little girl with the nice little fro. She's tried to base her off of the girl that's in the book as close as possible. I thought she was really cute. And then the next one, I tried to kind of, put my own spin onto it and give myself a little nod credit there. And that's me looking up into the butterflies into the sky. So I thought that was really cute. So I really loved it.
You all can print this out. It'll come like just a sheet like this off of our Reading Time with the Queen's website. Go to the Craft Corner section and there'll be a link that you can get this to print out. We'll give you kind of like a mini tutorial on how to put this together. Let's see, pretty much it was, which way did it go first? Half, okay, this way. Yep, we folded it in half longwise. Then we opened it up, and then we put it in half this away. And then in fourths, this way, and then this way.
This way. And then this way, and then it's just this way, right?
Cut from the folded side.
From the folded side, so you have this side, fold it, and you're gonna do it from that folded side down
Just to
only
the
to the
center,
middle,
to the
to that
center.
center part. As close to the line as you can. So you have that, right? And then you're gonna put it out flat like this. You're gonna pinch, I guess, try to pinch those two front like that. and just flip it like that. Like it's a little,
It's like a little diamond at the top.
yeah. And then you can kind of, it looks like a little star-ish, I guess, kind of. And then you just pinch both sides like that, lay it flat, and then turn it over. Then that's when you'll have the
Ta-da,
correct,
suddenly you have a lovely little book.
yes. Ta-da! Yeah, no, it's so cool. And then we have these crayons. Use whichever color crayons and markers you do have at home. These were specially gifted by the NAACP, and I think that's really cool. We have
They're called
skin
colors
here.
colors like me. And like she said, NAACP donated those to us. Various lovely, lovely colors.
No, I love that. And I know Crayola also has like their own, like brand and skin colors are coming out with in different art tools, which is really cool. So yeah, I love that this is just even a thing. I love that this program was meant to dedicate not only to the history itself, but local artists like Miss Daya and me, and I really appreciate not only you, Miss Barb, but Miss Callie and everybody with the Reading Time with the Queens. It's been a real honor to do this and for you guys and with you guys.
It was lovely to have you with BGMA this month, Miss Kamaya. I love
Thank
you
you.
so much, sweetheart.
We love you too, or I love you. We as in all of me.
So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this craft. I hope you enjoy the program with Miss Dinah. And fun books and fun songs this month again. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
We have one more book for you, and I'm going to be reading that book today. And this book is called The Year We Learned to Fly by Jacqueline Woodson, illustrated by Rafael Lopez. That was the year we learned to fly. Can anyone tell me what this is? It's a chrysalis. And what happens with the chrysalis? Who turns into a butterfly? A caterpillar. Good job. So inside this chrysalis, or a cocoon is another name for it, is a caterpillar. And this caterpillar is going to turn into a butterfly. And so as we go through the book, I want you guys to keep your eyes open for butterflies. Also let me know if my hair starts to fly away. That is like a serious problem. Okay? So, that was the spring when the rain seemed like it would never stop. And the thunder boomed so hard, we weren't allowed to go outside. Use those beautiful and brilliant minds of yours, my grandmother said. Lift your arms, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and believe in a thing. Somebody somewhere at some point was just as bored as you are now. I have a feeling your parents are going to say that to you now. So my brother and I closed our eyes, and for a few minutes that first day, we weren't stuck in our apartment anymore. Can you see her and her brother? We were flying over the city we'd known our whole lives, but it was suddenly different, exploding with every kind of flower we'd ever dreamed of growing. Raise your hand if you love to grow flowers. Love to grow flowers. And then pick them and bring them in my house. That was the summer we learned to fly. When my brother and I couldn't stop fussing with each other over whose turn it was to wash the windows, to feed the dog, to clean the kitchen. We fought and frowned and made silent promises to never speak to each other ever again. My grandmother said, lift your arms, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and stop being so mean about everything. Somebody somewhere at some point was just as mad as you are now. What do you see? You see butterflies. Butterfly hair. It's all the rage. So we did. And as the soft wind took us out over the city and past the windows of kids who hadn't yet learned to fly, my brother and I reached for each other's hand, flying and diving and laughing and leaving all of our mad far behind us. I do that kid in the window whose mouth is wide open. That was the autumn our rooms felt too big and lonely, with only us in them and the darkness coming on so fast. But while we hugged ourselves against the too quiet of it all, we remembered that we didn't have to be stuck anywhere anymore. My grandmother had learned to fly from the people who came before. They were aunts and uncles and cousins who were brought here on huge ships, their wrists and ankles cuffed in iron. But my grandmother said, nobody can ever cuff your beautiful and brilliant mind. So our people learned to fly, she said. They dreamed a thing and made it happen. Closed their eyes and flew away home. Lift your arms, my grandmother said. Close your eyes and remember somebody somewhere at some point had to figure out they could fly. That was the winter we moved away from the building and the block and the friends we'd always known. Everybody's waving goodbye. To a street where the kids looked at us funny and didn't even answer when we asked them if they wanted to play. It's okay, I said to my brother. Somebody somewhere at some point had to figure out they were ready for a new thing coming their way. So like the people who came before us, we lifted our arms even higher, closed our eyes even tighter, breathed in even deeper, free as the aunties and uncles and cousins. We flew away. Who'd come before us, free as our own beautiful and brilliant minds? What do you see surrounding her? I like that jacket. For a long time, the kids on the ground watched us. Then one by one, they lifted their arms. One by one, they too learned to fly.
Butterflies.
They became the butterflies. So, Jacqueline Woodson talks about why she wrote this story. She says, the first time I read The People Could Fly, an American Black folk tale, by the brilliant Virginia Hamilton, I realized that through her beautiful story, I was learning to fly. Not with wings, but with words. Her book is the story of how enslaved people escaped their hard lives by lifting up and flying away home. And every page is anointed with illustrious paintings of Leo and Diane Dillon. As a kid, I always wondered how people were able to survive through the horrors of enslavement. But they did. And they passed down their stories and their fables and their memories to the young people coming along after them. And these stories gave us wings. I hope that this story can give all of us wings as well. Thank you. So I'm going to welcome back Mr. Andre, and we are going to sing a song for you guys. And the reason I chose this song is because in Mr. Andre's book, it says that we lean on each other. And this song is called Lean on Me, because Black history is for everybody. We are all a part of it. We get to decide which side of Black history that we're gonna be on. We are actively a part of history right now. We're making history. And so it is important for us to recognize that it takes community to make change. It is not just a me, it is not just a you, it is all of us coming together to make change. And so we want to remind all of us to lean on each other in this time and in every time that we have to.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can feel those of your needs that you don't let show. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you don't understand. We all need somebody to lean I'll share your load. If you just call me, if you need a friend, I'll be there by your side. You can always, don't forget to call me.
I want to thank you guys so much for being here. It's so important to not forget our history as we move forward into our future. And I want to make sure that I thank a lot of special people. I want to thank Mr. Andre for being here. I want to thank Mr. Cal Shackman for coming in and supporting us today. I want to thank Ms. Bard for her help with craft time and leading the kids. I want to thank Ms. Kamaya for designing the coloring pages based on our books and doing that art for us. And Ms. Kim for interpreting for us.
And can we also give a big round of applause to Miss Dinah?
If you have reading trackers and you want to come and tell us about your books from this past month, we are here and ready to listen to you. And if you don't have a reading tracker and would like to do that next month, please come and get a reading tracker from us. And please visit the Glen Allen Project at the table and see if there's anything that could help to make you a little bit more whole today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you.